Nobody asked Technos Japan if they wanted their characters in this game. The Double Dragon franchise had been created by Technos in 1987 and had sold millions of copies across arcades and home consoles. But by 1993, the North American publishing rights belonged to a company called TradeWest. When TradeWest decided they wanted a crossover between Double Dragon and Rare's Battletoads franchise, they simply called Rare and handed them the license. Technos Japan received no creative involvement and little to no communication during development. The result was a game that featured Billy and Jimmy Lee alongside the Battletoads, but populated the enemy roster almost entirely with characters Rare had invented, several of whom were given the names of Double Dragon villains without bearing any resemblance to them. A Bobo appeared, largely because he was too recognizable to replace. Almost everything else was new. Rare built the game on the Battletoads engine, which meant the Double Dragon characters controlled identically to the Battletoads, despite having no superpowers, no mutant strength, and no particular reason to punch a giant toad enemy into a wall hard enough to flatten him. The NES version shipped with three-dimensional scrolling effects that were considered technically remarkable for the hardware. The Genesis version of the game became notorious for its difficulty,